Well, it's version 3 maybe now. No, hang on a minute. Is that better? Back working on Topwater Tony's Tahoe here again. You still there, man? Let me turn this thing down here real quick so you don't hear me. But anywho, we put the this previous video on where we ended up doing his spindles and whatnot. Got a slight rub up front. Not exactly sure what's going on there. Feels real light. Might be wheel weight. I don't think it's the tire. It sounds pretty on beat. So I'll take that guy off and see what's going on there. I think the back ride's okay. I think he's gonna be all right with it. He's on the fence about getting rid of the leaf removal slide, go back to, back to the flip, reshackle, all that. I think it's gonna be a lot of work to just get the same thing, but it definitely needs notched. So I'm gonna venture into that. Somewhat nervous of fuel line and stuff like that's running back here. More like, not fuel line, more the filler neck. It kind of goes in that same side. The tank's up here, so it's kind of lives right in that area. I don't know. I'm paranoid about how far up that's actually going to go in there. But I mean, this isn't the only Tahoe to ever get. It's C-notch, so I don't see how that. I don't see how it can't work. But I'm not gonna take any suspension stuff apart. I'm only gonna go ahead and do just the notch. Try to, so wheel off, cut, weld in, bolt in. I forget which one he's got. But try that. See how it rides. See if he likes it. Might do some shock changes and stuff because it's got extenders and stuff versus the right length shocks. But anyway, get those kind of things taken care of right quick. Try to make this somewhat of a quickie. I added some hillbilly drive-ups for the lower cars. The Atlas lift. Oh, get down here. It's got kind of a high profile, so you can see even where this is lowered, it's don't have a whole lot of clearance. So pretty much all cars that I've used on it so far have basically come way too close to touching. So I built these in order to get it on there and understand where to center the car to. So it helps me doing it by myself. So anyway, no less talking to you guys. Let's get on it, and I'll probably do what do you call it? Time lapse in the middle of doing some things. You don't need to explain it. Like, there's a million other videos on cutting and welding and C-notching. But as I do come up with issues, I think that's the part that I like to share. So stuff that didn't go as planned, and try to make that explanation so you can overcome those things when it happens. So hopefully you heard all that with the heater, but it's a little chilly. It's about freezing. But I'm gonna get at it, and we'll hopefully turn out well. Call me what you will. I think I'm gonna kind of almost puss out day one. Long day, regular work, the regular place. But anyway, I've got some stuff mocked up. Kind of have an idea where things are gonna live. Actually, see here. Maybe you can see. Let me get this down. So the upper line is where I've actually got to cut, and due to the thickness of the metal, it's about where it's going to live, probably just a little bit north of that. But I got to cut that section there out, crossing down, which is getting a little closer to the fuel tank that I'd like to, but that's okay. And then this guy here, I'm going to try to come around and not mess with that rivet. I think if I go just on the other side of him, I can probably leave it exist. And then maybe even grind the face down to clear the notch. That way I'm not really dealing with that part of it too much, because I think he's part of that holds this whole brake assembly line stuff in the way. Then the stuff that's got me kind of bothered is this. So you got brake line here. Let me see my finger, sorry. Brake line here, a little rusty. I don't think he's gonna like to be pushed. So I see myself probably having to remake him. But hopefully not. But other than that, I think on this side is really the only thing that's going to be risky. Obviously that, I don't even know that bolt goes to, he's just hanging out. Let's go to the other side. I haven't marked the other side up yet, but I really haven't also looked. It's a little darker over here, sorry. Got light? No, I forget. Here, we'll do it the old grab the cell phone right here. This side makes me a little nervous with the exhaust. I think again, if the notch is, you know, up in that same area, you can see where his overpipe is pretty much in the way. Again, I think the notch will go in, but Axel may be banging that up around a little bit once he's got some clearance. But all step by step here, we'll see what's going on. But what we may end up doing long term, he actually bought a notch and flip. Hopefully I'm not too close here. To do a notch and a flip, but I'd say I kind of talked him out of it because to do the notch and flip, he already had somebody put on lowered shackles on the first lowering setup, and all this is welded. Not the best, but it's, I think it looks like it's stick welded. But no bolt there, he's rosetted it in. Bolts are ugly. Not that I'm not opposed for swapping it back, but I don't think it's necessary. But then we took a leaf out. So he always complained it right, a little rough for what he likes for his taste anyway, so that should make it a little softer. And he doesn't plan on towing with it anymore either, so it should be okay. But I'm gonna rest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little wore out. So I think that's gonna be all for today. I'll keep back at it. I don't know if he'll debug this or edit it out and just be one continuous video, but if not, I'll talk to you soon. What's up, everybody? It's a slight change of plans for Topwater's thing, excuse me. See better? Topwater's plans. Kind of iffy on the notch because the stuff that's kind of in the way and this and that. So realistically, he's not wanting something slammed, just wants something that's not bumping. Different kind of bumping. But, and we do have, it's level, maybe a little bit lower in the rear. So we're not exactly sure of that, so we're going to try something. So we're going to do, what, bro, this thing's slow. Is that? So it's 1-inch spacers. So we haven't done the flip yet. Down here and get a little bit more height, and considering a bump stop makes contact with this, it should give him another inch of clearance and really should give it a decent brake. So we'll see what's going on there. So this should go pretty quick. We've already taken the lease package stuff out, bolted out before. Went ahead and greased them up a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me. But we'll try it and see what happens. Cronus is very interested in me talking on the camera. Say hi, buddy. Alright, well, we'll get at it. Hopefully this won't take but a couple minutes. So, if I run any problems, I'll let you all know. If not, you might see the finished product in a couple minutes. Well, spacers in went in without little or no problem. Definitely lower in front than it is the rear, but I don't think it's too bad of a rake personally. Gonna drive it. Driving out the back seemed like it drove fine. Only thing he's got going on is this wheel's making kind of a clicking noise. Found out his inner wheel weight's rubbing the tie rod due to the drop spindle. But I'll drive it and see what it does real quick. So take it around the block here. There's that knocking, if you're wondering. A little bit more or less, depending on when we turn the wheel, a little bit of flex. Let's see if we can catch a bump or two here. Ralphie. See, it's gone now. Decent bump there. from it sitting. Look both ways. Drivetrain vibration, that's good. Pothole. I missed it. I don't think it rides too bad. Well, need a bump or something. Roading. It was kind of smooth back from here. Nothing else, I've got to see how Topwater likes the height or lack of height. I don't know. We'll see if he ends up enjoying this or not. If not, I've got some options. If he doesn't want to go through with the notch, which is I can take these and mill them down to a thickness. So if he wants another ½ inch or so, might be feasible, but he's going to lose basically clearance in the back on whether or not it's going to, you know, ride okay for him. And this allows him, I think, to carry some more weight too, which I think will be good. That way if he's got a little bit in there, he'll be alright. So back to it, I've got to move my Land Cruiser in order to get my trailer to do truck with trailer friend stuff, which is fine. I don't mind. Gotta get it tightened out, get a buddy a couch, or get a couch for a buddy of mine and get rid of his old one. So hope you'll see this, see if he actually likes it. If not, you'll see the next time we tear up. Talk to you then.
A few days later.
Okay, Topwater Tony back at it again. Just had some egg rolls. Trying to finish that off. All right, we're at look at those doggies. Got to get the doggies. Hey. One, two, three. Had to say hi to the doggies. Just got here. I was getting my getting my camera out. This is Professor.
Hi, it's cold.
All right, we're here checking out the Tahoe.
3.9.
Yeah, it just never ends. So the issue was, it looked like before it looked like the back was a little too low, and now it looks like one side.
Yeah, my driveway is probably not very flat.
Is a little too high.
A little twist. So probably go half and half on that. Because you look at the front too. The front more, it's lower on this side than that side.
You mean this front is lower than that front?
Correct.
Oh my God, it's like it's
well,
twisted.
I'm saying right now, if it's twisted, we're pushing these two wheels up and these two are coming out. If the road like that. I'm exaggerating, but that could be part of the problem. Yeah, we have to get somewhere where it's definitely flat and see. Holy cow, it's cold.
I know. Did you bring the keys?
You did.
Woo! So preferably, I like to have this down just a little bit, and that would be perfect. We're trying to avoid cutting the C-notch. Yeah, this is a work in progress. We don't know if it's going to work or not. So I'm going to take it for a test drive and see how it rides. Definitely still need to get some rims for it of some sort. It's dead. Nothing.
Brisk. What's that for?
That's the...
Oh! What are you doing? Trying to give me meds? Oh, I'm filming.
She's been sitting too long.
Yeah. The battery's good. It's just with the alarm and not running in between a lot. Wait on. Oh, crap. Come on, come on. Woo. It was just yesterday, the other day, and it ran, did that with Mary.
Hear that thunder. We'll let that run for a little bit. So currently, the Tahoe is for sale. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of people asking, is there anything wrong with it? Which, of course, there's not. Other than it's sitting for so long, the battery going dead. It started right up, and it's purring. There's nothing wrong with it. I've had this vehicle for 10 years and just kept it up with basic maintenance. All right, here we go. First time driving it in quite a while, since it's been lowered a little more. With these stock rims on it, there's wheel weight hitting the brake caliper, I think on the driver's side. But on this road here, it really doesn't ride any different than it did before, which is good. Feels good. I need some rims. I'm gonna try to find a flat spot, a level spot to park on, to take a look at the differences between the left side and the right side. I don't know if there is a spot. Here's a spot. Maybe. Now, none of this looks even at all whatsoever. Go down a little ways. Transmission hits good. Transmission shifts nicely. Oh, I should have went in there, turned around. Out here in the country, there's really not that many businesses. Maybe I should have went the other way. I need some level ground to see how it looks. still looks like the back end is a little higher than I like it on this side. This side is much better. Caught the fender a little bit. It's to be expected. Let's head back. All right, good test drive. Good test drive.